The stranger stepped beneath Emma Lawson's broken bus stop shelter, lifted his black umbrella over both of them, and said, "You're standing in the only place the rain can still reach you." Emma looked up from her phone. The man beside her was tall, broad-shouldered, and dressed in a dark suit that had already absorbed rain along one sleeve. His thick brown hair was damp near his forehead, and faint stubble shadowed a strong jaw. He looked expensive, but not polished. More like someone who had walked out of an important room before anyone gave him permission. "I noticed," Emma said. "Then why haven't you moved?" "Because this is where the bus stops. It stopped running 20 minutes ago." Emma stared at the glowing route sign. "Cancelled due to flooding." Her stomach dropped. She had spent the entire evening at Harrington Media finishing a presentation her department director planned to deliver as his own the next morning. Now she was stranded in downtown Boston, wearing thin office shoes, carrying a dead phone, and holding a portfolio that could not get wet. The stranger angled the umbrella farther over her. Emma noticed his right shoulder was now completely exposed to the rain. "You're getting soaked. You're protecting that folder like it contains state secrets. It contains 6 weeks of my life. Then it deserves the dry side." A car slowed near the curb. The stranger glanced toward it, but when the driver raised a hand, he subtly shook his head. Emma noticed. "That was your car. It can wait." "Why?" He looked at the rainwater running over the curb. "Because yours clearly isn't coming." Emma almost smiled. Lightning flashed above the buildings. A gust of wind struck the shelter, flipping the corner of her portfolio open. Several pages lifted. The stranger caught them before the rain could. His eyes landed on the title page. Harrington Media, Rebuilding Trust After the Merger. Emma quickly closed the folder. "You work there?" he asked. "For the moment." "That sounds optimistic." "It's realistic." He studied her face. "Bad company?" "Good company. Bad people in the right offices. That is usually how companies become bad." Emma looked at him more carefully. "You speak from experience." "Unfortunately." Another gust tilted the umbrella. Emma reached for the handle at the same moment he adjusted it. Their hands touched. His fingers were warm despite the cold. Neither moved immediately. Then Emma pulled her hand back. "Sorry. You were trying to stop us from losing the umbrella." "I was trying to stop my presentation from drowning." Less romantic. More honest. A faint smile appeared on his face. "My name is Daniel." "Emma." He repeated it once, quietly, as though placing it somewhere he intended to remember. A rideshare finally stopped across the street. The driver rolled down his window and called Emma's name. She stepped away from the shelter, but Daniel moved with her, keeping the umbrella above her head. "You don't have to walk me over." "I know." They crossed the flooded street together. At the car, Emma opened the back door, then looked at his drenched shoulder. "You gave me the entire umbrella. You needed it more." That sounds like something men say before asking for a phone number. "Is it working?" Emma laughed despite herself. "My phone is dead." That was not the question. She paused. There was something disarming about him. He did not crowd her, perform confidence, or look at her like kindness entitled him to anything. Emma took a business card from her portfolio and handed it to him. It contained her name, department, and office number. "Call the company tomorrow." Daniel read it. Public Communications Coordinator. Junior Public Communications Coordinator. "You created the merger presentation." Emma's smile faded. "I helped." "That sounds less honest than you were 5 minutes ago." Before she could answer, the driver honked. Emma climbed into the car. Daniel closed the door gently. As they pulled away, she looked through the rain-streaked window. He remained at the curb without an umbrella. A black sedan immediately rolled toward him. The same car that had waited earlier. A driver stepped out and opened the rear door. Daniel entered without looking back. Emma stared until the car disappeared. The next morning, Harrington Media felt like a building holding its breath. Employees crowded near the elevators. Assistants whispered beside reception. 2 security officers stood outside the executive conference room. Emma had slept for 3 hours. Her presentation was printed, bound, and sitting in the hands of her director, Victor Shaw. He had removed her name from every slide. "You should be grateful," Victor told her as they waited outside the boardroom. "Your work is being seen by people who matter. My name is not on it. You're part of my team. The team gets credit through me." Emma tightened her grip around her notebook. "The campaign strategy was mine." Victor leaned closer. "You are 28 years old with no executive experience. Nobody on that board cares where the idea came from. They care whether someone credible can deliver it." The elevator doors opened. Every conversation stopped. 3 board members stepped out first. Then Daniel followed them. He wore a perfectly tailored charcoal suit, a white shirt, and the same calm expression he had worn beneath the umbrella. His hair was neatly styled now, and 2 assistants walked behind him carrying briefing folders. Emma's heart stopped. Victor immediately straightened his jacket. "That's Daniel Grant," he whispered. "The new CEO." Daniel's eyes moved across the lobby. They found Emma instantly. For one brief second, surprise broke through his composure. Then his gaze dropped to the presentation in Victor's hands. The title was visible on the cover. The same title Daniel had seen at the bus stop. Victor hurried forward. "Mr. Grant, Victor Shaw, Communications Director. I'll be presenting our post-merger recovery strategy." Daniel accepted the folder but did not open it. "Did you create this?" Victor smiled confidently. "My department did." Daniel looked past him at Emma. "No," he said. "I asked who created it." Victor's smile weakened. Emma felt every person in the lobby turn toward her. Daniel stepped closer. The stranger who had protected her work from the rain now held it in his hands. His voice remained calm. "Ms. Lawson, you're presenting first." Victor went pale. Emma stared at Daniel. She had entered the building expecting another man to take credit for her voice. Instead, the new CEO had arrived already knowing exactly who had been silenced. The boardroom went silent. Victor turned toward Emma with a smile that looked more like a warning. "Mr. Grant, Emma assisted with research. She is not prepared to present to the board." Daniel opened the folder and flipped through the first 3 pages. Every margin carried Emma's handwritten notes. The 4th slide included a correction written in blue ink beside a statistic Victor had used incorrectly for weeks. Daniel looked up. "She appears more prepared than the person holding her work." Several executives shifted uncomfortably. Victor's face hardened. "This is highly irregular. So is removing an employee's name from a strategy she created." Emma's pulse raced. She wanted the opportunity. She had imagined it every night while building the campaign alone after Victor went home. But Daniel's presence complicated everything. If she succeeded, people might assume the new CEO had favored the woman he met in the rain. If she refused, Victor would keep her work forever. Daniel seemed to read the hesitation in her face. "This room is yours for 20 minutes, he said. "What you do with it is your decision." He did not rescue her. He gave her the choice. Emma walked toward the screen. Her hands trembled when she connected her laptop, but the moment the first slide appeared, something inside her settled. She knew every number, every customer complaint, every reason the merger had damaged public trust. Victor had planned to soften the truth with polished language. Emma did the opposite. "Harrington Media does not have an image problem," she began. "It has a credibility problem." One board member frowned. Emma continued. "Customers do not believe our apology because the company is still rewarding the executives responsible for the decisions we are apologizing for." Victor nearly dropped his pen. Daniel leaned back in his chair. "Continue." For 20 minutes, Emma explained her plan. Public salary disclosures for senior leadership, independent customer review panels, and a live platform where complaints could not be quietly deleted. Nobody interrupted her after the 5th minute. When she finished, Daniel asked, "What would you change first?" Emma glanced at Victor. "The approval structure." "Why?" "Because right now, any honest campaign can be altered by the same executives whose reputations it threatens." Daniel closed the folder. "Approved." Victor stood. "You cannot approve a complete restructuring based on a junior employee's presentation." Daniel looked at him calmly. "I can approve an investigation into why a junior employee's name disappeared from it." The room froze. Victor left before the meeting ended. Emma remained near the screen, unsure whether she had just saved her career or destroyed it. Daniel waited until the other executives had gone. You were better than the slides. She turned toward him. You knew who I was last night. I knew your name after you gave me the card. You didn't tell me you were becoming CEO. You didn't tell me you created the presentation. I was protecting my job. I was protecting one normal conversation. Emma folded her arms. Do CEOs often stand in flooded streets pretending to be ordinary? I wasn't pretending. You had a driver waiting. I had spent 4 hours in a board dinner where everyone agreed with me before I finished speaking. I wanted to walk. And instead you found me. Yes. The directness of the answer caught her off guard. Daniel stepped closer but kept a respectful distance. I did not put you in that room because of the umbrella. That is exactly what everyone will think. Then prove them wrong. That sounds convenient for you. It is inconvenient for both of us. For the first time, he looked uncertain. Emma realized the powerful new CEO was not comfortable with whatever had formed between them either. An assistant appeared at the door. Mr. Grant, legal needs you upstairs. They found something connected to the merger accounts. Daniel's expression changed. What? Payments routed through the communications budget. Emma's stomach tightened. Victor controlled that budget. Daniel looked at her. Did you ever approve outside vendors? No. Victor handled all contracts. The assistant handed Daniel a page. He read it, then passed it to Emma. Her name appeared beside 6 payments totaling $2 million. The signature beneath them looked almost identical to hers. Almost. I never signed these, she whispered. Daniel's voice lowered. Someone wants the board to believe you did. The elevator opened behind them. 2 security officers stepped out. Victor followed, holding a legal notice. His expression was calm again. Too calm. Emma Lawson, he said, you are suspended pending an investigation into financial misconduct. Every employee in the lobby turned to watch. Emma looked at Daniel. He could stop it with one order. Instead, he asked her quietly, did you do this? No. He held her gaze for one long second. Then he handed the notice back to Victor. She stays. Victor stared. You cannot interfere with an internal investigation. I am not interfering. Daniel stepped beside Emma. I am taking responsibility for it. His eyes moved to the forged signatures. And until I know who framed her, nobody removes her from this building. Victor's expression hardened. You are making a serious mistake. Daniel did not look away from him. Then the investigation will prove it. The security officers hesitated. Victor turned to them. Escort Ms. Lawson from the building. No, Daniel said. The single word stopped everyone. Emma felt the entire lobby watching them again, but this time the attention was different. Some employees looked frightened. Others looked relieved, as if they had waited years for someone to challenge Victor openly. Daniel handed the forged payment sheet to his assistant. Lock the communications accounts. Preserve every email, access log, and contract from the last 18 months. Victor stepped closer. You do not understand how this company works. Daniel's face became unreadable. That is exactly what I am beginning to understand. Victor walked away without another word. Emma watched the elevator doors close behind him. Only then did she realize her hands were shaking. Daniel noticed. Come with me. Where? Somewhere without an audience. He led her to a private conference room overlooking the city. Rain covered the windows in silver lines, almost identical to the night before. Emma remained near the door. You asked whether I did it. I needed to hear your answer. You already believed me. I wanted to. That is not the same thing. Daniel loosened his tie. No, it isn't. Emma looked at him sharply. Most powerful men would have offered immediate reassurance. Daniel offered the uncomfortable truth instead. He continued. I met you once beneath an umbrella. That is not enough to know everything about you. But it was enough to defend me. It was enough to stop Victor from removing the person he accused before anyone examined the evidence. Emma's anger softened slightly. Daniel opened the forged contracts on his laptop. Show me what is wrong with these signatures. She sat beside him. For the next hour, they compared every payment authorization to Emma's real work records. The forgeries were nearly perfect. But whoever created them had made one mistake. Emma never signed her full name. She always used the initial E, followed by Lawson. The forged documents carried Emma Lawson in careful cursive. Daniel looked at her. That seems small. It is. Small things destroy convincing lies. Their eyes met. For a moment, the investigation disappeared. Emma became aware of how close they were sitting, of Daniel's sleeve brushing hers, of the faint scent of rain still clinging to his coat. Then his phone rang. The legal director's voice came through the speaker. "We found the vendor." "Who owns it?" Daniel asked. A pause followed. "Grant Strategic Holdings." Emma turned toward him. Daniel's face went still. "That is one of your companies." It was. "What does that mean?" "My father created it before he died." The legal director continued. "The account was reactivated 6 months ago using an authorization code connected to your family office." Daniel ended the call. Emma stared at him. "Now it looks like you framed me." "Yes. And you still want me in the room?" "More than before." "Why?" "Because whoever did this expected me to remove you. That means you know something they are afraid you will notice." Emma looked back at the payment sheet. 6 transfers. All made on days when Victor had ordered her to revise the merger campaign. She opened the archived version of her presentation and compared the dates. Each transfer matched a deleted section. Customer data manipulation. Hidden layoffs. False audience growth reports. "This was not about stealing money," she whispered. Daniel leaned closer. "What was it about?" "Buying silence." Emma opened another file. The outside vendors had paid consultants to bury negative stories about Harrington's merger and create fake positive engagement online. One vendor name appeared repeatedly. Rainbridge Analytics. Daniel's expression changed. "You recognize it?" "My father tried to acquire Rainbridge 5 years ago. He abandoned the deal after their founder was accused of selling private customer data." "Who founded it?" Daniel turned the screen toward her. "Victor Shaw." Emma felt cold. Before either could speak, the conference room lights went out. The laptop screen went black. A second later, the fire alarm began. Daniel stood immediately. "Stay close." Smoke started filling the hallway outside, but it did not smell like fire. It smelled chemical. Employees rushed toward the elevators. Emma covered her mouth with her sleeve. "This is not a fire." Daniel grabbed the presentation folder from the table. The emergency doors locked. Someone had sealed the executive floor. His assistant pounded on the glass from the opposite corridor, but the doors would not open. Daniel tried calling security. No signal. Emma looked toward the far stairwell. "There is another exit through the old broadcasting studio." "How do you know?" "Victor used it when he wanted to avoid staff meetings." They moved through the smoke. Inside the abandoned studio, rows of dark cameras faced a blank news desk. Emma found a service door behind the backdrop. Locked. Daniel pulled a metal light stand from the floor and struck the handle until it broke. The door opened onto a narrow maintenance staircase. They had nearly reached the lower floor when Emma heard footsteps above them. Victor appeared at the top of the stairs. He was not alone. 2 men stood behind him. One held a red fuel container. Daniel moved in front of Emma. Victor smiled calmly. "You should have let security remove her." Daniel's voice stayed low. "You forged the payments." "I corrected a problem." "You created one." "No. Your father did." Daniel froze. Victor descended 1 step. He bought Harrington through shell companies before his death. The merger was never about growth. It was about burying what Grant Strategic did with stolen customer data. Emma looked at Daniel. He appeared genuinely stunned. Victor continued. "Your father built the fraud. I simply learned how to survive inside it." Daniel's jaw tightened. "Then why frame Emma?" "Because she found the pattern without realizing it." Victor's eyes moved toward her. "And because you noticed her." Emma's pulse quickened. "What does that have to do with anything?" Victor smiled. "The moment Daniel Grant protects someone, he becomes predictable." One of the men stepped forward. Daniel raised the metal stand like a weapon. Victor lifted his phone. On the screen was a live video feed. Daniel's assistant sat tied to a chair in the basement archive room. Beside her were boxes marked with old Grant family records. Victor's voice dropped. "Bring me Emma's original presentation and sign control of Harrington back to the board." Daniel stared at the screen. "And if I refuse?" Victor looked directly at Emma. "Then the woman you met beneath an umbrella becomes the first person you lose as CEO." Emma stepped out from behind Daniel. "No." Daniel turned. "Emma." She held Victor's gaze. "You made one mistake." Victor's smile faded. "You thought Daniel was the only person who noticed things." Emma lifted her phone. The screen showed an active upload. During the blackout, she had sent every forged contract and deleted presentation file to the entire company. A notification flashed. "Upload complete." Phones began vibrating on every floor below them. Victor's expression broke for the first time. Then the man holding the fuel container moved toward her. Daniel reached for Emma. But before he could pull her back, the stairwell door slammed shut between them. The steel door slammed between Daniel and Emma. "Emma." Daniel struck the handle with the metal stand, but the lock held. On the other side, Emma backed down the stairs as Victor's man advanced with the fuel container. Then every fire alarm in the building changed tone. A woman's voice sounded through the emergency speakers. "Police are entering the building. Remain where you are." Victor looked at Emma's phone. "You alerted them?" "No," she said. "Your upload did." The files Emma had sent to the company included Victor's recorded threats, payment records, and the location of the basement archive. Hundreds of employees had received them at once. More than one had called the police. The stairwell door burst open behind Victor. Daniel came through with 2 security officers and drove the metal stand into the attacker's arm. The fuel container dropped harmlessly onto the steps. Victor tried to run, but employees had already blocked the lower exit. Minutes later, police entered the stairwell. Daniel immediately crossed to Emma. "Are you hurt?" "No." He touched her face as though checking she was real, then stopped himself. "I thought I had lost you." Emma looked into his eyes. "You barely know me." "I knew enough." Victor was arrested, and Daniel's assistant was freed from the archive room. The evidence revealed that Victor had continued an illegal data scheme Daniel's father had begun years earlier. Daniel did not hide the truth. The following morning, he announced a full investigation, opened the company records to regulators, and resigned from every family-controlled board connected to the fraud. Emma expected him to disappear into crisis meetings. Instead, he found her at the same bus stop where they had met. Rain fell softly around them. He held the black umbrella. "You saved the company," he said. "I exposed the people damaging it. You also saved me from becoming another man who protected a name instead of the truth." Emma stepped beneath the umbrella. "What happens now?" Daniel held out her original presentation. Her name had been restored to the cover. "You lead the recovery campaign." "And us?" His expression softened. "I would like one conversation where neither of us is trapped in a boardroom or running from smoke." Emma smiled. "That sounds almost like a date." "I was hoping it was." She took the umbrella handle, bringing them closer beneath it. Their first kiss happened in the rain, beside the same empty bus stop where he had once been only a stranger. This time, neither of them needed rescuing. They simply chose to stay.